All right, good evening. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for coming out. This is Nothing Like Starting Over Part 3, where I added a few new songs to the repertoire for this evening's festivities. Joe Aiken is here. Thank you so much. I hope you had a very Merry Christmas as well. And I hope you have a Happy New Year, too. This is our final live stream for the year. And we'll be starting up again next Tuesday, which will be January 4th, if I remember correctly. And Twigs is here as well. Hello. How are you doing? Let's see. Kat is here as well. And Diane is also here. Hope you had a very Merry Christmas as well. And Happy Holidays to everyone else as well. Hope you are enjoying yourselves. All right, I'm going to start off. Whoops. Going to need this to start off tonight. All right, I'm going to start off with Our Satisfaction Tonight. Some people like to hit the town on a Saturday night, from a swagger to a swoon. They dance and drink till the wee hours of the morning light, to some new familiar tune. But with you I can rest easy, dance alone to our hearts beating as one. Cause we got our own song and it goes sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la-la. Some people like to hit up God on a Sunday morning with Jesus on their tongue, their hands wide open and arms reaching towards the sky, singing to a worship song. But you and me, we step outside and listen to the birds perched on a tree. That's all the worship I will ever need. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la-la-la. Some people like to hit the road in the early hours on just about any day. We chase the sun until it sets above our heads, and a campfire makes its way. So me and you and all our friends, we come together, souls in hand. We tell our stories, share reactions. It's where we get our satisfaction. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la-la-la. All right, thanks again. That was our satisfaction. Twigs asked if this is a new capo. No, it is not. It's actually the same capo I've been using for the last couple of years. I've been fortunate that I haven't had to replace these because I love these capos a lot. These are G7th capos, and I live and die by them. I have a whole bunch of different types of them here at home. If I had the following, I'd probably be an endorsee, but I don't have that at the moment. It's okay, though. These are the one things I'm willing to splurge money on. They're more expensive, but they're definitely worth it. For sure, there's no doubt about that. Looks shiny, yeah. Yeah, it's been able to keep its shine for a while. It's a nice gold finish. It's a little bit of something on there, but for the most part, it's okay. But I use them on all of my guitars, and I think I only use one non-G7th capo in all my stuff, and that's the Kaiser capo that I use for my 12-string. But I have a lot of that. But the G7ths I absolutely love. I have like a gold regular one that you just clip on here, and I used it at the New England Songwriter Retreat, and Ellis Paul called it the Mercedes of capos. All right, we're gonna move right along here. Thought maybe you got a new one for Christmas. No, I didn't get any on-stage gear for Christmas. I will show off one really nice gift that I got from a cousin of mine, but a little later on in the show, but I didn't get anything for on stage. Although I do plan on getting some new stuff for here in the studio, but that's a little bit of a ways away. So in the meantime, I'll continue with this next song. This is Uptown Shell. Towers and streets, they never spare a passing glance at a cold, mango-bodied, threadbare rags, calloused hands, empty bags under bloodshot eyes, concrete rest, the sidewalk's my bed tonight, so be polite. I am an uptown shell, no place to rest my head upon. I am an uptown shell, everything I had is gone, 'cause even the foxes have their dens, and the birds of the air have nests, but there is no place to rest for an uptown shell. Day after day, held by the poison in my hand, stumbling through, hold down a job as long as I can. The choices I made leave me searching for reason and rhyme. Where it went wrong, I wonder as I bide my time. It's all that's mine. I am an uptown shell, no place to rest my head upon. I am an uptown shell, everything I had is gone, 'cause even the foxes have their dens, and the birds of the air have nests, but there is no place to rest for an uptown shell. Though I'm drunk and I can't pay, I still have hope it can get better someday. Buildings shine in the heat of the sun. If you survive the day, you have won. I am an Uptown Shell, no place to rest my head upon. I am an Uptown Shell. Everything I had is gone, 'cause even the foxes have their dens, and the birds of the air have nests, but there is no place to rest for an Uptown Shell. No place for an Uptown Shell. All right, that was Uptown Shell. But here's the first cover song of the evening. I try not to repeat cover songs during this series because the whole point is a lot of this stuff is fairly new to me. Here's a song that was recently welcomed back into my repertoire after an absence. This is a Bruce Springsteen song. This is Youngstown. Here in Northeast Ohio, back in 1803, James and Dan Heaton found the ore that was lying in Yellow Creek. They built a blast furnace here along the shore, and they made the cannonballs that helped the Union win the war. Here in Youngstown, here in Youngstown, my sweet Jenny, I'm sinking down here, darling, in Youngstown. Well, my daddy worked the furnaces, kept them hotter than hell. I come home from now and work my way to Scarfer, job that suit the devil as well. Taconite, coke, and limestone fed my children and made my pay. Them smokestacks are reaching like the arms of God into a beautiful sky of soot and clay. Here in Youngstown, here in Youngstown, my sweet Jenny, I'm sinking down here, darling, in Youngstown. Well, my daddy come on the Ohio Works when he came home from World War II. Now the yard's just scrap and rubble. He said them big boys did what Hitler couldn't do. These mills that built these tanks and bombs that won this country's wars. We sent our sons to Korea and Vietnam. Now we're wondering what they were dying for. Here in Youngstown, here in Youngstown, my sweet Jenny, I'm sinking down here, darling, in Youngstown. From the Monongahela Valley to the Mesabi Iron Range to the coal mines of Appalachia, story's always the same. 700 tons of metal a day. Now, sir, you tell me the world's changed once I made you rich enough to forget my name. Annie Youngstown, Annie Youngstown, my sweet Jenny, I'm sinking down here, darling, in Youngstown. When I died along the part of heaven, I would not do heaven's work well. I pray the devil comes and takes me a stand in the fiery furnaces of hell. All right, that was Youngstown by Bruce Springsteen, and I actually have to speed that song up a little bit on my program here. I'm working on like a slow scroll on the new program that I have, so I have to program it accordingly, according to every song. Let's see here. Here's a new one. This is a song that's brand new to the repertoire. I literally just added it about a half hour ago. This is an old Dave Carter, Tracy Grammer tune off of their first album. See if I can pull this off. This is called The River Where She Sleeps. She's a walking, talking, breathing new age wonder. Old time heathens don't know what to make of Mary Jane. She ain't trying to be no swami. She ain't mad at dad and mommy. She don't curse the storm clouds when it rains. When the sun refuses to shine, she don't mind. She makes everything look fine. She got a moon in her eyes, crescent windows on the skies, and the rain comes down in sheets on the people in the streets. And it carries all the secrets that they keep to the river where she sleeps. This song will have to be slowed down in the program. She comes to me when I'm dejected, leaves her soul out unprotected. Tell me that the truth can make me free. And she don't need what she ain't got. She reads me books by Alan Watts, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. When the sun refuses to shine, she don't mind. She take thunder for a sign. She got stars in her head, supernovas in her bed, and it rains most every day, but I like it fine that way. 'Cause the waters run so marvelous and deep in the river where she sleeps. Mary ain't inclined to drinking, still she stumbles without thinking. Everywhere she goes, the urge to stray. And everybody knows about her, and they don't want to change or doubt her. They just grin when she comes out to play. When the sun refuses to shine, she don't mind. She be moving down the line. She got bells on her toes, generations in her clothes, and she sings without a sound as the evening rolls around. And she dances as the twilight shadows creep down the river where she sleeps. Professor came to burst my bubble, says that girl is bound for trouble, serves me solace in a paper cup. But it looks a bit like Ancient Orange. When she leaves, she slams the door, and just about that time she phones me up. When the sun refuses to shine, she don't mind. She just ain't the worrying kind. She got dogs, she got cats, she keeps rabbits in her hats. And the people that she sees, they're all Buddhas or police. And the banks rise high and perilous and steep by the river where she sleeps. Now one dismayed September dawn, I wake to find my Mary's gone, and no one knows when she'll come back again. And all the silent temple bells, from Styx to Glen to Hazel Dell, are mourning all the nights that might have been. When the sun refused to shine, she don't mind. She just leave this world behind. She got wheels in her smile, she can coast along for miles. And I'm walking all alone, feeling soulful to the bone, till I stop and I hang my head and weep by the river where she sleeps. All right. A while back, I took a kind of completionist listen to Dave Carter and Tracy Grammer's discography back when Dave Carter was still with us. And that song really stuck out with me for several reasons, but the biggest one is that he managed to find a rhyme for orange. I won't repeat it, but if you listen closely, you would be able to tell. Yeah, I never got a chance to know Dave because I was 10. I was like 10 or 11 when he died, but that was long before I was getting into this kind of music. Back then, the only person I had was Bob Dylan and Richard Shindell. I was starting to get him by the time Dave Carter died. But I've met Tracy Grammer, and I've gotten to talk to her. She's very nice and everything. All right, we're going to switch over to the other guitar now. Switch up and do a couple of original tunes and a couple of new covers in there as well. So I hope y'all are enjoying. We're going to pull out God and Whiskey next. It's going to be our next tune. It's a bit louder than it should be. Might have to adjust it a little bit as I sing, but here we go. This is God and Whiskey. Pulls me aside in the darkest of night just to see what this love can bring. It's a magical tide through the dizzying slide of this dance of liquid stain. This pleasure and pain on the lowest of planes makes my slowing body say, God and whiskey, come release me. Break the dam on this river in my chest, yeah. God and whiskey, come and kiss me. Hold me in your toxic caress. Walk through the halls and bump into the walls as the room spins round and round. Red to the face, can't remember the place where this kind of love was found. She takes my hand, I can barely stand, but I sure can kiss the ground. God and whiskey, come release me. Break the dam on this river in my chest, yeah. God and whiskey, come and kiss me. Hold me in your toxic caress. I answer the phone with a groan and a moan, and it slowly wakes my mind. It's barely disguised in my whispers and sighs. I just leave all sense behind. I walk to the door, then I fall to the floor, all for someone else to find. God and whiskey, come release me. Break the dam on this river in my chest, yeah. God and whiskey, come and kiss me. Hold me in your toxic caress. just another day in this war of dismay, and it's where I most belong. I swear it's the end, but it's harder to mend. I still sing this drinking song. I hope and I pray, take this burden away, 'cause I know this ploy is wrong. God and whiskey, come release me. Break the dam on this river in my chest, yeah. God and whiskey, come and kiss me. Hold me in your toxic caress. Toxic caress. All right, that was God and Whiskey. And here's another Dave Carter, Tracy Grammer song that I added to my repertoire first time. This one, for some reason, the lyrics of this song are really, really small on my app here. So you have to excuse me if I have to like squint or whatever. All right. This is When I Go. Come, lonely hunter, chieftain and king, I will fly like the falcon when I go. Bear me, my brother, under your wing. I will strike, fell like lightning when I go. I will bell like the thunder drum, invoke the storm of war. A twisted pillar spun of dust and blood up from prairie floor. I will sweep the foe before me like a gale out in the snow, and the wind will all recount the story, reverence and glory when I go. Spring spirit dancer, nimble and thin, I will leap like coyote when I go. Tireless entrancer, lend me your skin, I will run like the gray wolf when I go. I will climb the rise of daybreak, I will kiss the sky at noon, raise my yearning voice at midnight to my mother in the moon. I will make the lay of long defeat and draw the chorus slow. I'll send the message down the wire and hope that someone wise is listening when I go. The sun comes trumpets from this red house in the east. He will find the dancing stone where long I chanted my release. He will send his morning messenger to strike the hammer blow, and I will crumble down uncountable in showers of crimson rubies when I go. Sigh, mournful sister, whisper in turn, I will rattle like dry leaves when I go. Stand in the mist where my fire used to burn, I will camp on the night breeze when I go. And should you glimpse my wandering form out on the borderline between death and resurrection and the council for the pines, do not worry for my comfort, do not sorrow for me so. All your diamond tears will rise up and adorn the sky beside me when I go.
All right, so that was When I Go, written by Dave Carter and performed by Dave and Tracy Grammer. Does my new program show you chords? It has the option to, but I don't use it, because usually the chords are the first thing I learn about a song, so that's pretty stuck in there. And I don't learn or attempt to play songs that I don't already know the chords to. So I can if I wanted to, but I don't need to. It's just lyrics on here. That song is amazing. That is a great song. That is an absolutely great song, and I love that song to death. All right, now we're about halfway through, and I'll play another Bruce Springsteen song for you. This is off his Nebraska album. This is called Mansion on the Hill.
There's a place out on the edge of town, sir, rising above the factories and the fields. Now ever since I was a child I can remember the mansion on the hill. In the day you can see the children playing on the road that leads to those gates of hardened steel. Steel gates that completely surround, sir, the mansion on the hill. At night my daddy'd take me and we'd ride through the streets of a town so silent and still. Park on a back road along the highway side and look up at the mansion on the hill. In the summer, all the lights will shine. There'll be music playing, people laughing all the time. Me and my sister, we'd hide out in the tall cornfields, sit and listen to the mansion on the hill. Well, tonight, down here in Linden Town, I watch the cars rushing by far from the mill. There's a beautiful full moon rising above the mansion on the hill. Oh,
All right, that was Mansion on the Hill by Bruce Springsteen. And again, my mother just joined us. She's not able to comment that much tonight because she's driving right now, but I appreciate your input, and I'm glad you enjoy that song. That is a great tune. I absolutely love that tune. What do we have next? All right, we're going to bring up another original song. I do need to make some adjustments before I can play it, though. Now I'm in my David Wilcox style open G. I got, this is a song that I wrote for the album, wrote for the new album that I still have yet to go into the studio for. I was supposed to go in last week, but people I went into the studio with, supposed to go into the studio with, they had a bit of a COVID scare. They are okay. They are okay. It wasn't anything to worry about. Nice Capo use. I'm pretty sure I got that from somebody, but I can't remember who. If I had to guess, I'd probably be John Gorka. I'm not sure. I actually have to continue to adjust a little bit. Oh, you're not driving anymore, you're home now. Okay. That makes it better. All right. Well, anyway, continue with the set. This song is called Forever With You. Treasure lies beneath us in the comfort of this rollaway bed. Squeaking wheels don't deter you from seeking out whatever lies ahead. You see a child reaching out to her father's rested arms. She says a million words through her brown eyes. A smile breaks through his cheekbones. He picks you up and holds you. He's forever with you. The soul that cries out silently in the worry of this hospital bed. The tightest bonds are broken, and worry fills whatever lies ahead. A sister's voice is speaking, lost within a sinkhole. Hands are reaching out for one more breath. Tender lives, they fade away, but passions never die. She's forever with you. Alone and awfully certain, atop a mountain, no one by your side. Cathedral ceiling towers, a howling wind will break you in your stride. So you reach your hands out to the God who made them.
An open cry will drain your poisoned soul. The waking of your spirit, mysterious and broken. Say a prayer and they're forever with you.
All right. Thanks again. That was Forever With You. That's one of the new songs. It's going to be on the new album. I'll come back to go back to some more covers for you. I'm currently working on a studio version of this song that's going to go up on YouTube. And what did Diane say? I didn't say the bass and the open G tuning adds so much to the gorgeous melody. Oh, thank you so much, Diane. I can't take credit for it. Can't take credit for it. That comes from David Wilcox. That's his open G style. And I see my good friend James Lee Baker is here tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. Always good to see you. Thank you so much for bringing yourself in here tonight. This next song is by a rock band called The Killers. I'm working on a studio version of this, I'm sure I mentioned already, that I'm going to be putting up on YouTube at some point, hopefully next month. If you're on my Patreon, you're going to get it. You're going to be the first to get it once it's complete. And actually, when I get done playing tonight, I'm actually going to record the acoustic guitar parts for it. I don't have much more left to do with it, but... So anyway, also The Killers did a cover of this song, did a version of this song recently, just last year, with Bruce Springsteen singing on it as well. Apparently Bruce is a big fan of the band and that song. So I really love that version, and it inspired me to do a cover version of it too. I also really like the lyrics in this song. This is called A Dustland Fairy Tale. A dustland fairy tale beginning with just another white trash county kiss, and 61 long brown hair and foolish eyes. He looked just like you'd want him to, some kind of slick chrome American prince. A blue jeans serenade, Moon River, what did you do to me? I don't believe you. Saw Cinderella in a party dress, but she was looking for a nightgown. I saw the devil wrapping up his hands. He's getting ready for the showdown. I saw the minute that I turned away. I got my money on a pawn tonight. The change came in disguise of revelation, set his soul on fire. He said she'd always knew he'd come around. And the decades disappeared like sinking ships, but we persevered. God gives us hope, but we still fear what we don't know. Remind is poison, castles in the sky sit stranded, vandalized. Where drawbridges closing. Saw Cinderella in a party dress, but she was looking for a nightgown. I saw the devil wrapping up his hands. He's getting ready for the showdown. I saw the ending when they turned the page. I threw my money and I ran away, straight to the valley of the Great Divide. I wear the dream
Now Cinderella, don't you go to sleep. It's such a bitter form of refuge. Why don't you know the kingdom's under siege, and everybody needs you? Is there still magic in the midnight sun, or did you leave it back in 61? In the cadence of a young man's eyes, at where the dreams are high. All right, thanks again. That was a Dustland fairy tale by the Killers. I really, really enjoy that song. And I might as well take a moment right now to show off a little bit of something that I got for Christmas this year. If you've ever noticed behind me, I have a little commemorative plaque over there. I hope you can see it. Oh, let me try to do it this way. Up there, I have a little commemorative plaque of my first album, Before and After, that disc makers gave to me when I printed it out. Well, I have a cousin she's one of these people that really goes above and beyond when she gets gifts for people, and she decided to one-up this year. She decided to one-up that little commemorative plaque with this one that I'll show you right now. Check this out. She got this for me, and I doubt that the vinyl record is actually of my album, but nonetheless, it is still really amazing what she did for this. I never had, like the idea of, let me actually adjust this because the vinyl kind of came a little bit loose for that. But this is something else, it really is. I love it to death. So that will be hung up somewhere in the office. Probably even take place of the old plaque right up there. Maybe put it right in the middle. But I do have a nice. But in the middle of the fireplace here, I do have a nice little piece that I really like to have up there. I've had that for years, and it says "Let music touch your soul." I think my parents gave that to me. But. I'll find a place for it. I will find a place for it. Oops. All right, moving right along. Do one more Bruce song for you. This is The Ghost of Tom Joad. Okay. Men walking along the railroad tracks, gone someplace there's no going back. Highway patrol choppers coming up over the ridge. Hot soup on a campfire under the bridge. Shelter lines stretching around the corner. Welcome to the New World Order. Families sleeping in their cars in the Southwest. No home, no job, no peace, no rest. Well, the highway is alive tonight. Nobody's kidding nobody about where it goes. I'm sitting down here in the campfire light, searching for the ghost of Tom Joad. He pulls a prayer book out of his sleeping bag. Preacher lights up a butt and takes a drag, waiting for when the last shall be first and the first shall be last. In a cardboard box near the underpass, you got a one-way ticket to the promised land. Got a hole in your belly and a gun in your hand, sleeping on a pillow of solid rock, bathing in the city's aqueducts. Well, the highway is alive tonight. Where it's headed everybody knows. I'm sitting down here in the campfire light, waiting on the ghost of Tom Joad. Tom said, Mom, wherever there's a cop beating a guy, wherever a hungry newborn baby cries, where there's a fight against the blood and hatred in the air, look for me, Mom, I'll be there. Wherever somebody's fighting for a place to stand, or a decent job, or a helping hand, wherever somebody's struggling to be free, look in their eyes, my, you'll see me. Well, the highway is alive tonight. Nobody's kidding nobody about where it goes. I'm sitting down here in the campfire light, with the ghost of old Tom Joad. Well, the highway is alive tonight. Nobody's kidding nobody about where it goes. I'm sitting down here in the campfire light, with the ghost of old Tom Joad, with the ghost of old Tom Joad, with the ghost of old Tom Joad. All right, that was The Ghost of Tom Joad by Bruce Springsteen. I'm sorry we're running a little late tonight, but we started late, so whatever.
I'll give you a little bit more of your money's worth on that one there. All right, I'm going to do Orlando next and start winding down a little bit. What do I have left here? All right, I have 2 originals and a cover. So let's do Orlando now, and then we'll move right along in.
My name is Orlando, I'm living on death row. This place is a steady flow of rain. If you can see me through, I'm writing this for you so that I will not just die in vain. So I am a killer and once was a dealer, and there sits a lot of us in here. They threw us away when our guilt was proven, and now we await our fates with fear. Can anybody hear me? Is anybody listening? Will I be gone once this goes out? Will God ever forgive me or kill me for the things I've done? Despite my sorrow, prayers and shouts. A sliver of sunlight will shine like a spotlight when we stand together in our place. We're praising our children, we mourn our ambitions as we paint the smiles upon our face. God is a presence, I feel in my senses whenever the silence rears its head. I ask for forgiveness from all I have wronged, as fear that He'll simply strike me dead. Can anybody hear me? Is anybody listening? Will I be gone once this goes out? Will God ever forgive me or kill me for the things I've done? Despite my sorrow, prayers and shouts. 20 years they did suspend, but now they're primed to kill again. They stand and scoff at my despair. I will cry, mercy please, I'll beg until I'm on my knees, but they won't listen, they won't care. Can anybody hear me? Is anybody listening? Will I be gone once this goes out? Will God ever forgive me or kill me for the things I've done? Despite my sorrow, prayers and shouts. My name is Orlando, I'm living on death row. This place is a steady flow of rain. If you can see me through, I'm writing this for you so that I will not just die in vain.
All right, that was Orlando. All right, I'll do one last Dave Carter, Tracy Grammer tune for you. I wanted to highlight their tunes tonight because I absolutely love them. Dave Carter had this amazing free flow style of writing. And according to Tracy Grammer, Dave Carter pretty much wrote this song in his sleep, which I love that kind of attitude. And I find I've started, working on a new moment in writing in the early drafts of when I'm working on a new song. I've worked on starting to do that like late into the night when I'm starting to feel sleepy. Because by that point at night, your editing brain kind of shuts off for a while and you start to write a lot more free form. And if you're a member of Patreon, you'll see this in a couple of weeks. But I will be showing the first draft to a little something new. And a lot of it I really like how it turned out, and it looks like it might become a song in the near future. So, I'll be doing that. I need to slow down this song because it's scrolling way too fast for my taste, and you need to. All right, but anyway, this is the one Dave Carter, Tracy Grammer song that I already had in my repertoire before this. This is Gentle Arms of Eden. On a sleepy, endless ocean, when the world lay in a dream, there was rhythm in the splash and roll, but not a voice to sing. So the moon fell on the breakers, and the morning warmed the waves, till a single cell did jump and hum for joy, as though to say, this is my home, this is my only home, this is the only sacred ground I have ever known. Should I stray in the dark night alone, rock me, goddess, in the gentle arms of Eden. Then the day shone bright and round her, till the one turned into two, and the two into 10,000 things, and old things into new. And on some virgin beachhead, one lonesome critter crawled, and he looked about and shouted out in his most astonished drawl, this is my home, this is my only home, this is the only sacred ground I have ever known. Should I stray in the dark night alone, rock me, goddess, in the gentle arms of Eden. And all the sky was buzzing and the ground was carpet green, and the weary children of the wood went dancing in between. And the people sang rejoicing when the fields were glad with grain, this song of celebration from their cities on the plain. This is my home, this is my only home, this is the only sacred ground I have ever known. Should I stray in the dark night alone, rock me, goddess, in the gentle arms of Eden. Now there's smoke across the harbor, and there's factories on the shore, and the world is ill with greed and will and enterprise of war. But I will lay my burdens in the cradle of your grace, and the shining beaches of your love, and the sea of your embrace. This is my home, this is my only home, this is the only sacred ground I have ever known. Should I stray in the dark night alone, rock me, goddess, in the gentle arms of Eden. Rock me, goddess, in the gentle arms of Eden. All right, let me slow that song down just a tad so it doesn't scroll too slow on me. About 3 minutes or so, yeah, that's good. All right. Well, thanks so much for joining me. I got one more song for you. Thank you, Diane, for all the love. Yeah, I've been enjoying his songs lately. Songs have been great. And so I'm going to close out with this song. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining me tonight. My name is Kyle Hencherek. I come to you from Warwick, New York. This is my home studio. If you're interested in helping out the show in any way you can, there are several ways you can do it. The easiest way is to leave a like and to share with your friends on Facebook or Twitter or YouTube or whatever you're tuning in from tonight. You can also join my mailing list if you want to be more in the loop with what I'm doing here. You can join at kylehencherek.com/mailing-list. All you got to do is put your email in, and you'll be on the list for whenever I'm coming in. If you want to support the show financially, you can. There are three options you can do. The first is Patreon, patreon.com/KyleHencherek. The second option is a one-time tip at PayPal, paypal.me/KyleHencherek, or you can go to Venmo at Kyle Hencherek if that interests you in any way. If you're not able to pay for whatever reason, don't worry about it. It's not a requirement to be here. But thank you so much for all the support. It's been really great playing for you guys tonight. I'm going to close out with How You Say Goodbye. So thanks again very much for coming.
The bases are loaded. I bow down to the floor. A single shot on this green plot is all I'm asking for. September is faded, no room for wanting more. My sad goodbye that's spoken through this stadium ensures. The temple is floating, the cheers sound much too good. Backyard sales of tallest tales is far too understood. I'm taking my chances with a slightly crooked grin and a fire in my eyes and a timely telling sin. If the pitch comes in over the plate, just the right speed and perfectly straight, a swing of the bat and it cracks and the crowd goes wild. It's a long line drive to dead center field. It's over the wall and the legacy's sealed. That, my friends, is how you say goodbye. So many moments, but none to save the day. I never had that chance, but that's the price I had to pay. But now I am grounded. Fans ignite the flame, and the lightning says straight road ahead to glory and to fame. When the pitch comes in over the plate, just the right speed and perfectly straight, the swing of the bat and it cracks and the crowd goes wild. It's a long line drive to dead center field. It's over the wall and the legacy's sealed. That, my friends, is how you say goodbye. Oh, this face looks better than a morning glory bloom, but I've struck out way more times you can fit in this old room. But as I turn to leave, I'll find a strength I'll never tell. So I'm climbing up the down escalator for one last kiss farewell. And the pitch comes in over the plate, just the right speed and perfectly straight. The swing of the bat and it cracks and the crowd goes wild. It's a long line drive to dead center field. It's over the wall and the legacy's sealed. That, my friends, is how you say goodbye. Oh, and that, my friends, is how I said goodbye. All right, thank you guys so much. It's been great playing for you guys tonight. We'll be back again next week and the beginning of the new year.
and I hope you can join me on there as well. Let's see who showed up in the chat tonight. Of course, there's thank you so much to Diane Pelledri, to Kat, to Roseanne Russo for joining us, Joe Aiken, Twigs, and my mother, of course. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Of course, James Lee Baker, if you're still here, thank you so much. It was great seeing you as well. It was a great night. I had a lot of fun tonight, and I'm going to have some more new songs up for you next week. It's going to be part 4 of our series of Nothing Like Starting Over. Hopefully I'll have a lot more new stuff to share with you. And we'll see how everything goes along that front. But in the meantime, I'm going to tune out. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and hopefully I will see you next week. Peace and love, you guys, and a Happy New Year.